Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but it's keeping me from seeing what I don't need to see. And I'm going to have to talk a little louder, see if people pop in. So today, I thought we would just talk a little bit about the Bible out, and I'm not sure where I'm going to be with it, and if I need to come down some. Hey, Vicki, tell me what I'm doing and if I'm even getting there. I'm going to have to move this one over. I'm using the new computer, and if I mess it up, I may have to start over again because I'm not sure. I'm trying to be very easy and not mess something up. All right. Because I don't need to see all the stuff. I need to see the chat. And the chat is bigger right here. And so I've got my coffee. I've got Silver Run Coffee Crafters 0 Dark 30. That's what I'm drinking today. All right, they said it's looking and sounding okay. It's probably a little because I have the light hitting this, and it's kind of hard because I don't know what I'm doing to get the light off of the back wall. And it may be because it's so odd. It's not white, but it's a light mini green looking color. It probably looks white from where y'all are at. Yeah, Carol, Fran, Bam, Keith, Tiff, I'm losing it, Vicky, another Vicky, and a Kathy. I think that's all of y'all that are in here right now. Today, I'm canning greens. I have my electric canner on, so in a minute I'm going to have to jump up and run over there and put the pressure valve on. I've got 8 pints in the canner of greens. They're not green greens. They're what was supposed to be cabbage, but that's okay. Greens are greens. Yes, this is my possibly 3rd cup of coffee today. I can't remember. I've been up since 4. And it wasn't that I intended to get up at 4, but we have a dog, and usually she sleeps through the night. She's got a playpen in the utility room. And this morning at 4, I thought I heard her whimpering. So I got up, and now she was moving around in her pen, and she could have whimpered, but she probably needed to go to the bathroom. So I took her out at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it had been raining. We got a little bit of rain, not a lot, probably maybe 1/4 of an inch, but that's great. We'll take it. Took her out, come back in. Danny woke up, and neither one of us wanted to go back to sleep. So we're just sitting in the living room with the fire going, and Lucy's laying in the corner on her little bed and loving it, because when she's out of her pen, she loves it. She thinks she has free reign of the house, but she don't. And the shirt, Unending Love, Amazing Grace. This is from Love in Faith. Love in Faith, I think that's what it's called. You can check it out online. They have a lot of good sales, and I buy their shirts when they go on sale. I usually buy 3 to 4, and I really like their shirts. Now, Danny's daughter, Carrie, RCF Designs, is doing a lot of shirts too that are really great, and I've got a lot of hers. But the Love and Faith has just boo-koodles of shirts that you can find. And is that a word, boo-koodles? Yeah. I did cook the greens a little bit. I just wilted them down, and then where they would fit in the jars, because if you don't, you can't get that much in a jar. And I didn't fill them slam full of greens. I filled them about maybe close to 3/4 and put more water, because I found even doing that, the greens absorb the water, so it still looks like there's no water in there when you get through, but technically there's water. Oh, Vicky. She got to go to the cardiologist. Well, I know how that's feeling. We're starting to have things going on, but we will be praying, Vicky, for that, because, like I said, even Danny was there Monday. He's wearing a heart monitor, and we go to do an echo next week, and then go back in 28 days for them to tell him what the heart monitor says. so far, no issues. We're doing good. So, except that we probably drove them crazy this morning with the heart monitor. Well, no, it was yesterday. Yeah, the electric canner is like awesome. Lippy kept telling me, and I kept putting it off. And when I finally bought one, I was excited. I love the electric canner. Now, if I'm doing a lot, I've got the stove. I've got my big canners on the stove. I have the Presto that just holds like 9 pints or 7 quarts. I have that on the stove if I'm doing a lot at one time. But I had enough greens to do 8 pints, and they are in the Presto. Well, I think it's a Presto too. Yeah, I'm pretty much it's a Presto canner. And it works fabulous when you're just doing one batch at a time and you want to do something else. I'm sitting here with it. I can see it. I can hear it. If something goes on, I'm right here. That's why I decided to go live. I missed last week, and I have to apologize. Life happens. We were all busy doing stuff, and like every day was something. 2 days, I think we did corn, and we were grinding cornmeal into grits. One day I know Chris was there, maybe one of those days, and then another day I think Chris was there, and I can't remember what all we did last week, but there was something every day. And then I think that might have brought on the spell with Danny's heart, because we were just doing something every day that he's not used to doing. He's used to being on his own, doing his own thing. Today he's smoking bacon. So, let's see. I was going to see right quick. Y'all hold on. Because I'm going to use my phone today. I want to show y'all some things with the app, because I'm not sure. Let me get this one. Bring it through. Let me see if y'all can see this in a minute. What Lucy is doing. She is stealing Danny's piece of wood. She gets it and she takes it off to the side. She keeps watching him, see if he's going to get on to her. And when he don't get on to her, she takes the piece of wood and she takes off with it. Now, let me tell you, the dog is crazy. She will do all kinds of stuff. She loves toting stuff off. So, there's a little bit about what Lucy's doing this morning. I hear my canner, so y'all may hear it in the background. It's got to go a few minutes, and it'll tell me, it'll beep in a few minutes, telling me when I got to put that little pressure thing on. Okay, so enough about catching up. I'm not sure if there's anything else to catch up right now. We're just waiting on the canner. The Bible app that I told you guys about that Jennifer, Danny's daughter, has, I really like that Bible app. Danny even put the app on his phone. Not his phone. He don't have a phone. His tablet. I think we did it last night or night before. I can't remember. Anyway, one night we put the app on his phone because he saw me at the doctor's office use it. It must have been last month. No, it was Monday night. I've lost track of days. This is Wednesday. Monday night, he saw me with my phone. I had the Bible out, and I was sitting reading while we were sitting in the doctor's office. So I was catching up on my reading in the doctor's office. That's what I liked about it. And the app is, I put it on the last live. It's Let's Go Through the Bible in a Year. It's a live called Let's Go Through the Bible in a Year. I pinned a comment at the top, and you can scroll and it'll tell you a link, and you can click on it and you can have the same Bible app. Now the icon for it, let's see if I can get this. I don't know if it'll let me pull it up. I got a lot of icons here, but let's see if we can make it where you can see. You see the one that says Holy Bible? It's kind of a reddish looking color. To me, it's almost a reddish brown color. And I don't know if that's doing it justice, but the link that is the same one I have is in the last live. And if one of my moderators, if Lippy or somebody pops in and can go to the last live and pick that up and maybe put the link here. I don't know how to do that while I'm talking. So, but at least, that's where it's at, is on the last live. In a pinned comment is the link to the Bible app. Now, the Bible app, I signed up. When you go in, it's free. It didn't cost me anything. So y'all, and most everybody has a phone and you can take it with you. When it comes up on home, now my verse of the day is there. By humility and the fear of the Lord and riches and honor are riches and honor and life. Now, when you think about that, by humility and the fear of the Lord are the riches and honor of life. You got to think about that one. It doesn't mean you're going to be rich. And there's a knife I've been hunting. I didn't know where my knife was. It was stuck under my Bible here because I'd moved it the other day. Okay, never mind. Y'all, I lose things on a regular basis. But anyway, when you think about it, because you are, when it means fearing the Lord, it doesn't mean that you're deathly afraid of the Lord, but that you fear the consequences of something if you do something bad. Me, I don't think I would go in doing things that were wrong, because I'm one that I don't want that on my conscience. And I guess that's something I guess I look at it like, I don't want that. I don't want to face the Lord and him say, hey, you were over here doing this. Why? Now, I have done things in my past that I am not real proud of, but at this age now, I'm up to okay, does it really benefit me at all, or does it benefit my Lord? That's where we look at it. And if it's going to make me happy for 5 minutes, but it's not going to benefit the Lord, it ain't worth it. So that's the first thing, one of the first things that's on your, let me get it back. Okay, hold on. Got to go put something on. Okay, we are good for 75 minutes. That'll quit making racket in just a second. The electric canner is just the opposite of the one on the stove. The electric canner makes the noise until you put the regulator on. The stove canner, when you put the regulator on, jiggles and makes noise the whole time. So this one is quiet for 75 minutes, which is what I like. Oh, my Crooked Little Homestead. I'm glad everybody likes your t-shirt. Y'all, I sent her one to Canada. She won something, but I was afraid I couldn't send it, and I didn't forget what it was, so we sent her a t-shirt. I knew I could get a t-shirt in Canada. Oh, that's good with the mushrooms and stuff. When you find those things on sale, buy them and do something with them. If you eat a lot of them, that is one of the things. Hey, Miss Starlin, how are you doing? Lucy is adorable. Y'all ought to have seen her a while ago. She was riding with Danny. I looked out the window, and here he goes with his Ranger, and she's got her head stuck out, and you can see them long floppy ears. I didn't catch a picture of it, but so I was going to show you more on the app. Let me get back to it now. Okay, so when you open it up, you have at the top, and I'm going to see if I can get this where y'all can see it. It says community. All right, you can have a community going on. At the bottom where it's talking, it's got Bible, plans, discover, and you. Now, the Bible, if you, like Danny, he just wants the Bible where he can listen. So you can click the Bible one, and it brings up the verse. Mine brings up the verse I'm at. Now, I was reading, showing him where it's at. That's why mine's on Genesis 2, because we went through Genesis 1. At the bottom, Let me find my little spot. Right here. You can click that. Did I click it?
Genesis 2. The heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made.
Okay, so that's the voice you will hear on this one, because I've got the King James Bible. When you set it up, you tell them which Bible. It'll list Bibles up there, and you click the King James, because if that's what you want. If you want a different version, fine, you just do a different version. So when you click the Bible, and it saves your place. Like Danny wanted it to start at Genesis 1. He wanted to go through the Bible too, but he wants to listen. Sometimes his eyes get really, really tired and he can't read like he wants to. And when he saw what I was doing, he goes, "Hey, does it talk?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Then I want to listen." And so, hey, Prep for Eternity. Yeah, the app is really good. And so it can go with you because you have your phone with you. Most people have it all the time and they're looking at something, so why not be looking at the Bible? It might give you an opportunity to witness to others. If they know they may say, "Hey, what are you watching?" And you go, "I'm reading the Bible." There's this new app, there is an app here that you can listen to. If you have headphones or earphones and stuff in with your phone in the doctor's office, you could sit and listen and nobody knows what you're listening to. Now I had mine, I was reading it. If you don't click the button at the bottom to listen, you can scroll up and read. It just lets you scroll and read. So, but now to go to the plan, so, because Jennifer has her plan, and the plan that I've got in my book are two different plans. They start out the same, but the one Jennifer's on jumps to Job, and the one I'm on continues through the Bible as it's written. It is the Bible recap with Tara Lynn Cobble. All right, I'm going to show y'all right in the center. The Bible recap with Tara Lynn Cobble, and I'm on day 14 with her, and day 14 on mine. So I'm actually doing two. When hers coincides with mine, at the beginning, I wasn't reading two different things. Now that hers has jumped to Job, then, and when I click, I let it go dead. But when I click it, day 14 comes up. And you can join that same one if you asked. Jennifer's got it where you can ask, you can friend her and ask. You see there's a bunch of people in there. It gives you a devotional, and Job, we're doing Job 38 and 39. And when you click that, it brings it up. And if it's reading it to you, as soon as it quits, it jumps to the next one for the day, and it'll read it, and then it'll stop, and you can click the talk it over and finish the day. And it records that you finished that, and tomorrow it'll poke up day 20. Really easy to keep up with. Now, there are other Bible plans that you can get. That's just the one Jennifer's on, and that's the one I'm in. Now, the one I'm doing myself, because I had started this one, and I sent out a lot of, and I did not bring the little papers that I sent out. I still have a few if you guys want the one that just lists it similar to this. This is the one I'm doing. It's kind of a planner to give me something to keep up with. Yeah, it saves your place, and when you pick it back up, you're good to go. The app, okay, my last live stream is, let's go through the Bible together. Go back to the last live stream. The first pinned comment, the first comment in that live stream has the link to that app. Because there's many that look like that. I thought I had it right, and Jennifer says, no, you're on the wrong one. So there's a lot that look like that app. If you want that particular app, and it's free, go to my last live stream, the first comment, and look for that link. And then the plan is, let me read the plan again, because It's called the Bible Recap with Tara Lynn Cobble, Cobble. And she may have more than one too. I don't know, but mine is blue. You can see it's a little blue thing. Okay, it's telling me it's fixing to start Canon. Okay, we're good over there. And you can add friends. Okay, if you hit like U at the bottom, because it's U, mine's got a W in it. It says that I can, let me hold it up here where y'all can read it. Nope, it went back. It says you can add your church. So you can add people in your church. You can add prayers. You can save things. You can give. I have 4 out streaks. I don't know what that is, and 6 badges. I'm not sure on the badges and the streaks. I don't keep up with that, so I'm not sure what that is. But I don't keep up with that part of it. But you can go through that out and play around with it, and I'm going to tell you, it's you Bible. Yeah, it is you Bible. Thank you, design. Yes. Is the book on Amazon? Yes, I think. Amazon or Walmart? I done forgot. This is the book that I got, Read Through the Bible in a Year Planner 2026. Let me see if it has, I can't remember. I think I bought it through one or the other, Amazon or Walmart. And I might have had a link in the last video. If I do, y'all can look in the last live and it would tell. I'm up to day 14. Today's Wednesday. All right. So each day, and I'm going to show you, I guess, let me get it where I can show you. Day 13. It gives you what to read. Genesis 28:10 through 29:35, Matthew 9, and Psalms 11. All right. And then underneath it, it gives you, it'll give you a verse out of some of that scripture. It could be out of any of that reading. And then it kind of gives you a little reading for a prep, like a pep talk for the day. And then it has room to write things and all there. So yesterday, I'm not going to go to yesterday's. We're going to go to today's because we're going to kind of do today's in real time. I'm not going to read all the scriptures. Y'all going to go read. But for today, Wednesday, January the 14th, is Genesis 30, 1 through 31. No, let me start over, y'all. My brain ain't braining right now. Genesis 30, verse 1 through Genesis 31, verse 21. All right, so that's 30 and 31, basically, you're going to be reading in Genesis. Then you're going to be reading Matthew 10 and then Psalms 12. So when you read those 3, then you come back to your book. Or you can do the book and go to those 3. Either way you want, but I like to go read first and then come back. Now, I have here 2 different Bibles. I don't have my Bible with me. This one is an extra large print. For all of you guys that can't read really well, look at this. Oh, y'all can read that, can't you? I think this is a large or extra large print. I don't know. I have to look. But y'all can read that. There's no excuse saying I can't read the small print. Yes, you can. You can get a large print. It's called a super giant print edition. Super giant print. All you got to do is look for super giant print or extra large print or something like that. You can read because it makes it a lot bigger. Now, this is Danny's dad's Bible. It's sitting here that I use a lot of times. And it's just a normal print. And y'all see the difference? If you had to read that, it's a lot different from what I showed you a while ago. Smaller. It hurts the eyes more. That large print makes it so much better. So then my regular Bible is like Danny's daddy's Bible. It's small. I don't know if it's that small. It's in between. Mine might be a a medium print or something, but mine is where I can read it. And mine is called an open book Bible. It is the King James Version, but it is called an open book Bible because it has a lot of more information and study guides and all kinds of stuff in it. And one day we'll talk about that. When I've had that Bible since 1984. I think I got that Bible in 1990. Hold on. 1990. I think it was 1990. Maybe. I don't know. I'll look in the front of it. I'm trying to figure which one of my sons was born when I went and got it. And I want to say it was my youngest. And I went to town and bought it. I spent $100 on that Bible. And who you're talking about back in that day, spending $100 on a book was a lot of money. But it was well worth it. Very, very much well worth it. So today, your readings are Genesis 30, 31, Matthew 10, Psalms 12. Now, the little verse that it pulls out right here is from Genesis 30, verse 1. When Rachel saw that she had not given birth to any children for Jacob, she became jealous of her sister. She said to Jacob, "Give me children, or else I am going to die." All right, so jealousy. It's talking about jealousy today. Ooh, that's a big one. Let me get something to drink before we start talking about jealousy. Underneath it, it says, jealousy is such a problem among women, isn't it? Women especially. And, you catch yourself, or I do. I catch myself looking at somebody and going, oh, wow, look at that pantsuit, how nice it looks on her. I could put it on and I look like a dump. To me, that's still jealousy. You're comparing yourself to somebody else and you're saying, I'm not happy with what I look like because she looks better in that pantsuit than I do. I would look awful. You shouldn't covet either. That's coveting if you wanted that pantsuit. But anyway, women are very jealous of each other on their looks, on their jobs, on their husbands, on their kids. Women have a problem. They see what other people have and they're not satisfied with what they have. But, even Christian women can be envious of one another. Today, take inventory. If you find yourself wishing you had the latest, greatest house or car, outfit, gadget, or gizmo, just because your friends have those things, release those desires to the Lord. He owns it all anyway. Replace your jealousy with thankfulness for the things you already have and the blessings the Lord has poured out. That has been something that I have been trying to do for the last few years, is to not look at other people and go, wow, because doing YouTube is really, really hard to not see other people, their channels, and see how they explode and yours just sits there and things like that, and be jealous of somebody else because they have more views or they have more people watching or whatever. I had to come to the realization a long time ago, when I do a video, it is for those people who come to my video. If nobody comes, then it's not for nobody. The few people that are here, I'd rather you guys be here in a live stream. And when I do a giveaway, it's people that care. Because used to, when had so many people, when we would do on Deep South, we'd do a giveaway. There would be so many people jump from other channels and enter the giveaway that we'd never seen before. If we put giveaway in the title, our views would probably triple, and people was commenting. The comments tripled, doubled, quadrupled, whatever. And when we chose somebody, lots of times it was somebody that wasn't watching us regularly. And then I don't know how many times that happened. So I'd rather have people that are here that care. And when I give away, I give to somebody. I don't care if all I mean, I don't even know how many people, there's 46 in here. If I gave away 46 things today and next week all 46 of you are back and I gave it same 46, I'm perfectly okay with that because you guys are faithful. I don't want to put it up and give it to somebody like the t-shirt went to my crooked little homestead in Canada. She's supposed to get coffee, but I can't ship coffee to her. I'm drinking coffee, sorry. Anyway, I'd rather give it to people that are here, people that care. Being jealous of other homesteads, other channels, other things, I learned a long time ago. I look at their stuff and I'm like, and this is by no means going to be, I'm trying not to be ugly about it. I'm trying to be honest. Danny and I, when we first started, we would look at some of the people that were doing YouTube at the time and their homesteads and we're going, wow, look at this. This is awesome. Man, I wish we could do that. And we visited some and we're going, oh, never mind. It looks better sometimes on YouTube than it does in real person. And so, and that's with anything. If you're watching the news, things on the news may strike you some way, or you're watching a commercial and you think, man, that's the best looking hamburger I've ever seen. And you go get a Whataburger. I tried to talk Danny into Whataburger this week. He couldn't eat it, but he could have eaten the fries. We didn't go there. We didn't stop. But what I'm saying is sometimes people see the Whataburger on the screen and they take off the Whataburger. And when you get there, it doesn't look the same, or else it doesn't taste like what it looks like, or there's something off. You know, you don't always get what you see on the screen. So don't be jealous of everything you see on the screen. Don't be jealous of people. Give it to the Lord and be thankful for what you have. Okay. Now, this is the other book that I'm using. And y'all know this is my coloring book. It is prayer. It's a prayer journal for women. I have one, let me get it on the screen. There's one verse per week with this. Yes, I have the verse of the day and I have the others I'm reading, but I wanted something that was just for fun that added to it. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you. I've been through some of them. I've showed y'all a few. I don't know if I'm caught up. Yeah, I'm caught up with this, I think. We're on a new week. What is this? This is the 14th. Yes. So I did some coloring on that one, some coloring there, some here. Then we get over here, and I got my hand on it. Okay. Now we're on the 11th through the 17th, so that would include today, which is the 14th. So I've wrote, let's see what the verse is for this week. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So it's talking about the Lord giving you peace. And that's something a lot of people do not have. You see them agitated, upset, irritated. In this day and time, that seems to be the norm. And when I see somebody that's irritated, I want to make it better. I want to help them work through something and say, okay, what can you do to get past this irritation so that you can live a peaceful life? It's not easy. You can't help people get out of that. They have to help themselves. But maybe you could be a light that maybe they'd want to. But anyway, this is what I wrote about it because it tells you to think about this verse a while, and then it wants you to write it down, and then it wants you to think about it some more while you're coloring and things, and then it says, what did God speak to you? And I wrote, God gives us his peace, but we have to not let our hearts worry and to not be afraid. In other words, we tend to worry. Danny's got an issue going on with his heart, and it's hard not to worry. I've been married to him long enough to know when things get serious and when they're just what we call normal. It's not normal, but we call it normal because it's all the time. And so try not to worry. I try to pray over it, and Danny's learning to just pray over it when it gets to the part like Saturday night when he stood up and he knew something was going on wrong. He walked, he moved around, he did things. He said, he laid down, he got up, he was doing all kinds of things just to see if it would pass or if it's going to continue, because when it starts beating real fast, sometimes it'll just stop within, not the heart don't stop. The fast beating stops and it's back to normal within 30 seconds to a minute, maybe sometimes 2 minutes, but not longer. This went from 9:45 to about 11:30, quarter to 12 when they got it calmed down with medicine. So, it's hard not to worry, but take it to the Lord. Learn not to be afraid. The Lord's got this, and that's the way we look at it. So today, I hope you guys got a little bit out of everything. I don't know if y'all have any questions or anything. I'm not trying to teach. I'm just trying to point you into directions that will help you in your life and further you in your studies and things like that. If you like to color, there's many, many coloring journals, coloring books with Bible verses. Like I showed you once before, this one has a full page. I haven't gotten to any of the full pages yet. If I'm busy, I'm busy. If I'm not busy and I have a day that I want to do something and just chill, y'all, coloring is one of those. And Danny said he liked to color. I don't know if I told y'all that before, but I don't know. Sometimes he surprises me. So I told him I'm going to take one of these pages and give to him. I have some other books too. And I'm going to see if he'll sit down and color for us. And I'm going to bring it and show you guys. And maybe that'll give him something to do occasionally. But I think he's going to like the app because that way he can listen to the Bible and it saves his place and it starts again and it doesn't mess with his eyes. I think some of you that have trouble reading would love the app. And if, like I said, whatever Bible you want, but the King James is on there and any of the others, you can choose what you want. You can choose one of the Bible plans like we're doing Tarly Cobble. With that one, you just follow it, brings it up day to day, and you just keep going. It throws an automatic verse first thing in the morning on my phone. I can click down and click on it, and that verse of the day pops up. Lots of good features there. Keeps you motivated, keeps you in the know, and gives you something to do when you're sitting in a doctor's office, or maybe you take care of your grandchildren, you pick them up or whatever, and you are sitting in a line waiting on them to get in the car or something, or you're waiting to let them out, maybe, or something like that. You got it, and you can put it down and listen, So I think you guys would really enjoy it. I don't know if there's anything else, any of you want to ask or anything you want to talk about today before I get off. I don't know how long I've even been going. Let's see if it tells me somewhere. No, not yet. We've been going, I don't know. It don't tell me how long I've been going. I thought it did somewhere. Oh well, I'm kind of liking the big screen because sitting this close to it, I've got my OBS over here and I've got my chat over here, and I can see the chat really well. It's not too little. A lot of people are saying they like to color. I use coloring pencils. I don't use colors. I don't like colors, and I like coloring pencils. I found that in order to shade and let me see. I don't know. Guess to give it a little bit of a different look. I don't know how if I can show you. Maybe this one will show up. I'm not sure if they're going to show up as well, but can you see? I use a lot of different colors in mine. Mine are not the norm, just one color. Like the red probably has some yellow around it. The blue, you can see I use some red and some yellow in with the blue, and then I use some darker blue in with the light blue, and the green, I use some darker green in with it, just to give it a little more sketchy, I don't know, 3-dimension, I don't know what you call it. Oh, you got James Earl Jones' voice. Very soothing. This guy is kind of, I don't know, what is the guy's name? The voice is kind of like the guy from the Ten Commandments. I don't know. It's not exactly, but it is one of those voices. It's one of those voices, that you could listen to all day. Uh, yeah, when you shade different colors, it makes it look a little bit more natural. I'm not by any minutes. Thank you, Saffron Bay. Um, I'm not by any means good at what I do. I'll pick up a color and I'll say, well, let's see what that looks on it. It's not that I know that pink and red are going to go together. I do, but I mean, I don't know which one I want to use. I just pick something up and start going. Yeah, a lot of people start with Genesis and get bored. Um, I'm a genealogy freak and I like history. So Genesis is like one of my main things that I really used to. I'd get bored with Genesis because I didn't care about who begat who, whatever. Now I have this book and I don't know if it's here. I don't know where that book is. Somebody sent me. I think it's here. I think I brought it up here last time. You open it up and it has the whole timeline from Genesis on down to today. And not every person, don't get me wrong, but it shows the lineage and how the people worked down through the ages as far as what they would have called tribes down to, I don't know, different peoples and how they branched out into other peoples and where each section moved to. It has maps. It is an amazing thing. And if I can find it, we'll talk about it one day. I can't remember who sent me that. Miss, I think the lady sent me the pecans. Name just went out the window. Anyway, it'll come to me. Miss D. Miss D. Maybe. I may have it wrong, but I think she's the one that sent it. Um, yeah, let me read. To stay on track, don't even get out of bed until you at least read the verse. If you have to hide to have time, the Bible in the bathroom. Yeah. Well, my thing is, my daughter and I were talking about this, and she joined Jennifer's group too. And she said, Mom, I feel guilty. Everybody's saying do it first thing in the morning. And she said, she has 4 kids, and when she wakes up, they're usually already up. And to stop and say, okay, I'll fix you breakfast in 30 minutes, to have that extra time. And so she's like me. I like to do things at night. I am not the first thing in the morning person. I like to get up and get my coffee and have some quiet time, but I don't want to read. My brain ain't braining, my eyes aren't working, and I just want to sit and chill. And so prayer time is better for me in the morning, but my Bible study, I retain more if I do it during the day or at night. I'm a night person. Lots of times I'm doing my Bible study anywhere from 6 to 10 o'clock. Not a set time because I am not a set time person. Y'all already know that. I just don't know. Okay, great. Um, the book here, Donnie, Brother Donnie, or Miss Jennifer, one of you, this is something I'm doing. The one, if you join the Bible app, you can follow along in the Bible and use that Bible to read you what you need to read. But if you join Tara Lee Cobble's, she has a book that goes along with hers, because like I said, this one goes straight through Genesis into Exodus, whatever, but you're doing the Matthew and Psalms and going through that way too. Tara Lee Cobbles is doing a lot of Genesis. It jumps to Job, and I'm not sure where it goes from there, because I'm in Job right now on hers. So I think Danny said the reasoning behind that is part of Genesis up to a certain point. Then you have Job would have fit in a timeline, like up to a certain point there. Then Job fits in that timeline, and then you're back to a different time period in Genesis. Doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense in my brain, but I don't know if I'm Jennifer. Okay. I was wondering which one. Yes, but I like this one because I can write in it and stuff like this, and this one's going straight through. I like to stay straight through. I did not know that the other one was going to jump into Job and around and about, but I'm okay with that. But I like this one better because I can keep up with my daily thing a lot better. See, a lot of you are saying y'all like to read at night. Yes. You're reading Matthew for your Sunday school lessons and Exodus to relearn Moses and the journey in the wilderness. Coffee and a plan list. Lord, what do I need to focus on today? That is right. So today was not a huge thing, but I did want to come on, give you guys a little bit of info on the app since I've been using it for a couple of weeks and how I like it, and let you know that, I think a lot of you would like that. It's all about encouraging each other to just stay focused. Now, if you miss a day, that's okay. The app stays there. When you come back, if you miss 2 days, something in your life changes, believe me, it's changed. I missed 2 days last week because of everything that was going on. By the time we got through with what we were doing in the daytime, by the time it got night, I was so tired. And I'd pick it up and I might read one chapter of Genesis. I didn't get Matthew and Psalms done, or one in Job if we were into Job on Jennifer's. I didn't get all of it done because I do have myself kind of stretched thin here with a lot of going on at one time. But I missed 2 days. And when I did, it was there waiting on me. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get every day in time. And if you have more time, like this afternoon, you have absolutely nothing to do and you've missed 2 days this week, go ahead and read and catch up. Make yourself time to catch up. It's not a big deal. I know most people, when they say they're going to read through the Bible, they get through, if you're lucky, Genesis, Exodus. You might get into Leviticus and then you're like, okay, I'm done. You forget, you get tired of it, you don't, we shouldn't get tired of it, but that's how it goes. I'm one it's hard for me to stay on the same schedule day to day to day. Danny and I do not do the same thing every day, ever. And so it makes it hard for me to say, I'm going to do this today at 6 o'clock and tomorrow at 6 o'clock and the next day for one whole year. It just ain't going to work for me. So I guess let me get off of here. My pot's got, I can't remember how many more minutes, but I can leave it now and go see what Danny's up to. Our bacon ought to be about half smoked now. And so after a while, we will have bacon and I will have some greens in the jars. I feel like that's a productive day. And we've got a few things going in the greenhouses and stuff, but not a whole lot right now. It's going to get cold the next few days. I don't know if tonight, I can't remember, but it's going to get cold in the next few days. And we're looking at another week or better of reasonably cool. Well, for most of y'all are used to really cold. We're used to cool to hot. This is going to be cool to cold here, if that makes sense. All right, guys, if you want the app, turn around and go to the last live stream I did called Through the Bible in a Year. The first comment is my comment, Crazy Days comment that has, I think it's Crazy Days. If I wasn't on the wrong, it could be Deep South and it could be Congrove. I think I pinned a Crazy Days comment. But anyway, the first comment should have the link. Do we like pineapple guavas? I've never had a guava. Never in my life. I don't know. I'll have to buy one and tell you later. I think I could probably put one on my Azure cart. Let me see if I can tell y'all right quick Azure, and I won't have to do anything. I won't have to do a video anywhere. Let me go pull something up right quick, because I did a quick just running through something, but on my Azure, I didn't get a lot this time, but I did get the chips and the dip. I got onions. I only got like 3 pounds. Next time I'm going to get 10 pounds of onions because I like their onions. They're big, pretty onions. Nice. I got the ginger, the maple syrup. The ginger was, I don't know if it's a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds. It may be a pound or 2 pounds, but I'm thinking 1 pound, but it might be 2. It's several pieces of ginger. You can plant that. So if you're wanting to plant ginger, it's going to be time, I don't know, shortly. I did get 3 cans of pineapples in the chunks, and then I bought 1 whole pineapple. It's got a turn, but pineapple is good for Danny's condition. Then I got the saw palmetto for his prostate. I got a little bitty thing of peppermint oil because I'm trying their I don't remember the name of the company. Alchemy, something like that. And then I got some cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, and regular cheddar cheese. All 3 of those. And I got activated charcoal. Now, I just got it because I want it, because I wanted to have it on hand, because activated charcoal is good for several things. Look it up. But I bought some from Azure just to have on hand. I stacked up on my butter. I used Mother's Choice butter. I did some banana chips and the pumpkin seeds. So that's all I ordered this time. It was not a big order, but it was mainly just to kind of have some things on hand. Tomatoes in January. Yes. Y'all, I just picked 6 more tomatoes. I picked 8 or 9. I picked a handful of the cherry tomatoes out of my little bitty, what is it called? VEGO greenhouse. I picked 8 or 9 good sized tomatoes out of the big high tunnel. And I have 6 like this that are ready to eat laying on the cabinet. And so I got a lot of tomatoes. I may have to end up making something with some. I think I'm going to do, some of you probably have done this before. I had never had it before till my mother-in-law, my first mother-in-law years ago. She would make this all the time, and I think she called it goulash or something. I don't remember. But you stew down your onions, then you stew your tomatoes in with it, and then she would add a little bit of sweet corn and a little bit of your green lima beans. And she grew all this. Everything she grew, she would put all that together and stew it down and let those lima beans and that corn cook in the tomatoes and onions. Oh my goodness. And you salt and pepper, of course, and any other herbs that you want in there, but I don't remember. I think that's what she called it, was goulash or something. I have been thinking of that for a week now and haven't had time to slow down. So I'm thinking I may take some of my tomatoes and do this. Doesn't that sound good? All right, guys. Charles Anderson. All glory to God, our Father, forever. Thank you. Let's see what he's saying now, because I'm trying to read. Our Father God, Jesus is ending the wars soon, plus darkening out the sun. But have no fear, he will take care of everything his children need. Manna is water. Please get wool blankets and long johns. Yeah, I think there's going to be some things that we're fixing to face, and I think everybody ought to be prepared. You should have some extra water. You should have some extra food, your extra medicine, warm blankets. Danny and I bought, even though we live in the South, some of you may remember the videos we did, gosh, it's been 3-4 years ago on Deep South. We bought sleeping bags. One of them will go down to 0 degrees and one goes to -20. You can zip those two bags together. They came from the same company. I can't remember if it's Cabela's or something. I don't even remember right now which one we ordered from. But I believe in having something that will, because if your power goes out and you are in one of the colder climates, we're not in an extreme cold climate. But if I lived up north, I would have something that I could keep warm with if the power's out for an extended period of time. All right. Oh, somebody's saying chili. Oh, yes, that sounds good. Miss Wanda Weber says she got 12 really nice big carrots. Oh, wow, in Kansas. We have overwintered our peppers. This is the second year for the Fuji jalapenos. Well, I think they're called, what are they called? Not piñas this year. We had Fuji last year, and we have our, maybe they are, I don't know. Anyway, this is the second winter they went through. They went through last winter, and they're going through this winter, and they haven't died. They're still blooming and everything, so I'm really shocked, even as cold as it's gotten. But they're in the high tunnel. All right. Yeah, we have a wood stove, but some people don't. And for those that don't, I think they should prepare with blankets and different things so that they are covered. And y'all, I don't know. Yeah, there's my little, I had to extend something to find what I needed to get out of here because I'm playing around with this and this is something different. Now, Lula Porter said she's using an old tent. I moved the buckets outside when it's pretty, and I hadn't thought about a tent. That is a really good idea. If nothing else, the tents are cheap at Walmart. And if they're sitting on the bottom and they have a bottom in them, that keeps it from blowing away, sort of. And yeah, that's a nice idea. All right, guys. Candles and clay pots. Yep. I'm going to get off here. Go see what Danny's doing. Y'all have a good day, and I will try to be back next week according to what's going on. You know, life happens. We'll see what happens. Y'all be good. I've got something I'm gonna snack on. I'm gonna finish my coffee, and then check out Danny and just go fix us some lunch because it is 10 o'clock almost, and about 11:30 he's gonna be wanting something to eat, y'all. I can just imagine. Y'all have a good day.